If I would have looked back at my life, I would have done this different, and I would have done that. I don't know why he's saying this stuff. Obviously, maybe you could have done better.
I'll tell you why he's saying
but
it. I'll tell you why he's
I
saying
like Let Me Hold You with Omarion. Let me hold you.
I don't know what.
All-Star snubs. Who are they? Go by conference. Help me out. I need one per conference, maybe two.
My favorite player, LaMelo Ball, I was going to say originally was a snub, but he just got added in
He
because
just got
Devin
added
Durant wasn't able to make it, so he got added in as a late addition. So, I mean, it's great to see LaMelo there. I think he deserves it.
I think so too.
I think he's the future of the league.
You think maybe Miles Bridges could have deserved it too?
You know, if I got to pick one player from the Charlotte Hornets, it's going to be my favorite player, LaMelo Ball.
Oh, Terry Rozier's mad. I thought it was his team.
You know, it's Scary Terry's, you know, very competitive.
He's a very competitive guy. That's why the team is in the playoffs right now, right?
They're not.
Scary Terry does score more points than LaMelo Ball, but LaMelo Ball does more for the game and the team.
So who's your snub, though? Who's your snub?
But you just said it was going to be.
So
I said
if it's not him,
but I mean, of the original picks, like originally of the players who were picked, LaMelo Ball was not in there. And for me, I think that's
who would you have taken out then? Tough question, but
Okay.
the East. Honestly, the East right now, in my humble opinion, is absolutely trash.
Okay.
Like right now, I mean, Jimmy Butler.
How is he trash? Miami's like.
Is a great player. I was about to say is a great player.
Yeah,
he has heart.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler has heart.
Okay.
But who else? Embiid.
Giannis.
Showing he has heart.
Yeah.
Giannis. I think
he's the champion.
I think at this point he's like, I could do everything. I could do anything I want.
is that it?
You know what I mean?
You have a bigger mission.
Yeah, because I like Giannis could turn on at any time, and obviously with all due respect, it's not the playoffs right now, and really his team, whenever they want, can just blow over teams. But I think they're done showing people they can do that, because if you're looking at 3-4 years ago before the bubble, they were averaging beating teams by like 40 in the first.
Would you say Middleton should have not been on the team? Because to me, he's on the bubble. One of those guys that maybe could have been there should have not been there for LaMelo, right?
You know, Middleton for me, again, I don't think I mean, like, when I say players have heart, like, I feel like he doesn't show up every night. You know what I mean? Like Middleton shows up here and there. Like the Milwaukee Bucks, don't forget. Remember that game against Cleveland? I think it was just 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and this is my point. Like, for me, I'm an old head. I've said it numerous times before. I'll say it again. You know, I'm very old school. So for me, you know, my favorite player back in the day was Darren Williams. You know what I mean? My favorite player back in the day was Jordan. You know what I mean?
You said Darren Williams from the Utah Jazz?
Illinois alumni.
Illinois alumni?
Yeah.
Used to play with D. Brown? Is that correct? Used to play with D. Brown?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Darren Williams.
Yes, sir.
UFC knockout Frank Gore, Darren Williams.
Oh, one up for NBA.
Yeah, so...
but, yeah, I hear you, LaMelo.
But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, my favorite players had heart. Like, Darren Williams has heart. Like, whether he's playing on the basketball court or he's in the UFC octagon or whatever, he's going to knock someone out. He's going to be a winner. Like, it's me versus you. It's a dog fight. He's going to come out on top.
Where are you going with this?
What I'm going at with it is that type of character of people who have heart. Jimmy Butler, Embiid,
but
1 out of 5 games.
So who's the snub?
He said LaMelo.
Okay, so but then who else would you replace? Like, because
he said.
This is a philosophical.
He said.
So that's my piece. My piece is I just don't agree with this generation of players, because I just feel like, you know, they don't.
Don't be a pessimist like that.
That's who I am right now.
I'm gonna give you an answer first.
You gotta appreciate.
You're good. Now we're gonna talk. Okay, so I'm gonna say right now, your boy Gobert.
Gobert should have been in the All-Star.
I shouldn't think he should
Over
be
who?
He should not be in the All-Star.
He should not?
Donovan Mitchell's just enough. And I would say give some new blood attention. Like
he's averaging 15,
ever since he cried, he's been an All-Star. I don't like politics. I like players to actually earn. If you lose, no.
How does crying?
No, they feel sympathy for this man.
Equate All-Star votes.
That's what it is. They feel bad for this man. He's the one they said started COVID because he started touching all the
He was a replacement, is he?
Regardless, they feel bad for
Who did he replace?
Regardless. You know that movie, Rudy?
I
said Brandon Ingram. You didn't listen at the first time.
Brandon Ingram is
Brandon
not
got
even...
numbers, B. 22 and a half.
He doesn't work at Yelp.
5'5".
What
you mean? I mean, like, yo, he's there.
Hold on. 22 and 5. Okay, yeah, sure. 22 and 5, but what team is he on again?
They're in a play-in tournament right now. Without Zion. Imagine when Zion...
Hold on. So
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that we're okay with the bar being here. All right?
No,
as long as you're cool.
No. Trae Young is a starter.
He's cool with the bar being
in 10th place.
Is Fred VanVleet better than this guy?
Than who?
Than Brandon Ingram.
Yes. Arguably.
Oh, fuck.
Fred VanVleet is...
Arguably, yes, sir.
Last I checked, who's NBA champion?
Champion off of Kawhi.
Thank you.
Off of Kawhi, though.
Kawhi was very important.
Listen,
shout out to Kawhi.
Fred VanVleet still did his job.
Nah, man.
Fred VanVleet's the NBA champion.
The biggest snub of the All-Star is Jaylen Brown. What happened to Jaylen Brown being What happened to Jaylen Brown being the next superstar wing player?
Mr. Up 50 points and lose to the New York Knicks?
Nonetheless, look at Trae Young.
Okay.
He's putting
Same
up good
guy?
stats.
All right.
Same guy. I'm looking at his numbers, around 24 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I think he should have been there. He's better than LaMelo.
Anyways, so yo,
That's straight facts.
Your point. You just basically just regurgitate what this man says. At the end of the day, I told you some real facts, but it's the same thing as always, you know. Yeah, I mean 2 against 1. But you know what it is. Tell us your comments, straight facts. That's what it is. Say
You
what
decide.
You know, what we think about Russell Westbrook being a Cancer.
I mean, are we not online? Are we not online? Russell Westbrook is like taking so much heat. It's insane.
Okay.
Like,
Last I checked, they were down 20 points to the New York Knicks, and who did they take out? And then they took somebody off the Lakers, and then once they benched this guy, they came back and won. I can't remember, but
it must have been one of the role players, right? Was it a star?
I don't know. My fault, man.
Was it a superstar?
So who was it? Do you remember that game?
Was he a starter?
They benched him in overtime though.
Still crunch
So
time.
that means
That's
when it
still
was
crucial.
tied, they needed him. That's what I'm saying. So that's the problem. It's like you can get there with him, and then all of a sudden you forget, how did you get there? The problem is like, yo, Frank Vogel, he doesn't know how to coach. Let's be honest.
Really?
No, let's be honest. That bubble championship, he got lucky though.
Bubble
because
championship.
There was no distractions in Miami. You know what I mean? The Lakers were having a clean trip in Orlando, like in a compound. No distractions. You know, LeBron, AD would have seen Miami. You already know, it would have been a different type of story, you know? There would have been more than 6 games. But anyways, it's another story for another subject. But what I'm trying to tell you is that at the end of the day, the man's...
He said it's 0-0 in the playoffs, which is true.
Russell Westbrook's a killer, okay? Yeah.
Do you think...
That's
Okay,
what it is.
what's
Russell
your take on
Westbrook's
the
a killer,
statement?
yeah.
0-0 in the playoffs. Do you think Russ is going to reach a new notch in the playoffs? Because so far he's been quite disappointing, but we're all rooting for him to get his ring. I want him to get his ring.
Yeah, listen. No. If you know basketball, if you really know basketball, you know that the Lakers #1 if they're healthy. Nobody's stopping LeBron. AD, if he starts playing, if AD plays,
except
like,
Phoenix.
No, nobody is stopping LeBron with a healthy AD, a healthy Carmelo, a healthy Westbrook. Because at the end of it, you got to win 4 games. Lock up, play your game. You know what I mean? It's not about the points.
It's a half-court game in the playoffs.
It's 4. It's the best of 7.
What do you see the Lakers end up in the playoffs?
If they're healthy, they can go to the finals.
To the NBA Finals.
Yes.
So you could see them win.
February
Are they going to be in the play-in?
February 7, 2022. Remember to record this. I said this. The Lakers are healthy. They're going to the finals.
Question: are they going into the play-in tournament? In your opinion?
Yes, they can.
Okay. So that's what we got. What do you think? Where do the Lakers finish? VP, give it to us.
I'll put my opinion out there, but I'm not going to give you guys anything.
Give us a prediction, VP. An early February prediction.
What I definitely think is the Lakers are going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
I think what's going to happen...
Play-in or no play-in?
I think they're not going to need the play-in.
Okay.
Not going to need the play-in.
Top 6?
I think they're going to be top 6.
Top 6.
I think I'm also going to make an even bolder prediction.
Okay. We're all ears.
They're going to be top 4 in the Western Conference.
Okay.
I really believe that after the All-Star break, that's always traditionally
So
LeBron
even
James
if they're
time.
top 4, they can still go to the finals. Pretty much they're uprising from what I said.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
No, I
I'm
just want to make
agreeing
sure
with
you were
Yeah.
aware, because my man Looney Tunes, sometimes he's not aware of what I said. So just making sure you know.
Molly is
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, but because I really feel like the Lakers, don't forget, like these are players who traditionally, right around, before the All-Star break, it's kind of whatever, they're kind of playing for fun. But then once it's that after the All-Star break, that's when teams really focus. That's when teams really buckle down because really it's where teams are in their standings. Really, it matters a lot in regards to being able to where you are in your conference because all that's going to matter for home court advantage. All that makes a difference for the playoffs. So I think all these things are really big factors that the Lakers are well aware of because don't forget they share the arena with the Clippers, who they definitely don't want to be in a position where the Clippers are going to be in a higher position.
Is Kawhi still in the NBA? I didn't even hear about him.
March 2nd.
March 2nd, that's the
Mark
date?
calendar.
Alrighty.
You really think Kawhi's gonna come back? I think he's gonna miss the year.
Kawhi?
Yeah, Kawhi did it to the Spurs.
Kawhi's
He
been
did that
rested.
to Toronto.
Kawhi's been rested.
trust
He's still a baller.
It's not worth it if you're not 100%, and I don't think he's 100%.
We shall see if the Lakers win this year. Rappers wanted to get paid, or athletes wanted to get paid in cryptocurrency.
I think it's the future. Lately, crypto. I think as of today, one of the things it's like Ethereum has gone up 2.3%. But the thing is with a lot of other technologies is you got to be careful because the metaverse is really big. Everyone's talking about the metaverse. Got to get in the metaverse. Got to invest in the metaverse. And the metaverse, lost 25% of its stock last week in one day. And
Very
last
volatile.
week, for a total, they lost over $200 billion. That boy Zuck.
They're selling.
Like right now, like he's hurting.
Yeah.
Yo, when I lose
Tell him when you lose.
a parlay
Okay.
for 20 cents
Imagine
to win 30 cents, I'm livid. Like I'm ready to break my phone. Like I'm like Golden State Warriors. I'm ready to throw my phone out the window. This guy lost $200 billion. You know what people do with $1,000 credit card debt? You know what people do with $1,000 credit
So
card
hold
debt.
on. You're
They
saying
get
that
into
it's a bad way to get paid. If you're an athlete or a rapper, you would not advise. Or would you advise?
I mean, I think it's always a risk, right? Because I mean, like even right now, like cash is a risk because you can have $1 million worth of cash under your bed, right? But then
Inflation. There's inflation.
inflation right now,
And your dollar could go up because your dollar could be worth more. This is simply a different type of currency, but it's a currency. You could get USD dollars and it will fluctuate. You get pesos, you could get US dollars, it can fluctuate. You get Canadian dollars, it'll fluctuate. Pesos, it'll fluctuate. That being said, crypto is not for the faint-hearted. Crypto is the future. Maybe I'll regret this. But I hold cryptocurrency.
No, but-
I have NFTs, NBA Top Shot.
But listen, the reason why it's a good thing that it's happening is like at the end of the day, it goes back to historical times, right? Most black people, unfortunately, the history is being built off a history of slavery, so they never had anything that they can own.
You're bringing in black, so you're saying that
I'm just saying it could be Hispanics.
Blacks getting used?
Any minority, I'm trying to say, just to clarify, because I don't want to specify. I'm going to give you an open
Bars.
You know what I mean? I'm
Okay,
just
just
trying
because we didn't talk about race, that's
no,
that's why
I
I'm
hear
just-
you. Just to educate everyone that is a
Go ahead.
marginalized
Just to
community.
specify.
Drop the
Marginalized
stats.
communities,
Drop the
you know?
stats. Straight facts. Go ahead.
Marginalized communities, because at the end of the day, marginalized communities never had the opportunity being, trust fund babies,
Very true.
to be able to have real estate. So now you'll be able to see with technology with the youngins to be able to entertain the crypto and do the NFTs, which is about art, specified things that people want to buy and purchase on the virtual world.
So you're
it's
saying
like
crypto being
NFTs.
offered to athletes, rappers is good for generational wealth within the black community? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
within all communities.
Within all marginalized
It starts the
communities.
conversation. I think that's the important thing because, for example, right now we're talking about crypto and NFT and all that stuff on the show right now because of that, right? But if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be having that conversation.
Yeah, I'm selling a Jayson Tatum NBA Top Shot NFT. Anybody wants it, you hit me up in the DMs. You already know. Ace 2 Base TV. Shout out to BI Media and Currency NT. Go follow. But I have NFTs. It's a new era, fam. It's a new era.
So what do you think about what little Bow Wow said?
Bow Wow. I think he said, correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that he wished he would have stuck to acting over rapping. Bow Wow didn't care about you as an actor before you were a rapper. I love 106 & Park. Basketball is one of my favorite songs growing up. Like Mike 1 and 2, they're classics. But Bow Wow, let me tell you right now, A lot of me thinking, I loved it too. A little corny, but I loved it.
What about Roll
But
Bounce?
listen, if
Bounce?
hindsight 2020, if I would have looked back at my life, I would have done this different, and I would have done that. I don't know why he's saying this stuff. Obviously, maybe you could have done better.
I'll tell you why he's saying
But
it. I'll tell you why he's
I
saying
like "Let Me Hold You" with Omarion. Let me hold you.
I don't know why you do. But anyways, yo, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, like you said, the man should be grateful that he knew Snoop Dogg and Jermaine Dupri because he wouldn't.
Oh, shout out to Jermaine.
Yeah, he would never made all that money. So at the end of the day, he would never been able to have a like Mike.
And I
Like
think
a fake
Count your blessing.
Beethoven version of a story. That's what it was. Like
Totally
ghetto,
agree.
ghetto version of Beethoven, you know. But you know,
Totally agree.
you know how they got us. You know,
If we
watch
could
the
put-
movie, you could see
if
it.
we could put
It was a
Bow
shoe
Wow-
that could fly.
I hear you. If we could put Bow Wow in this machine where we could put him back at 12 years old and just be like, be an actor, and he would have made it. Maybe he would have had a point, but the odds are against him. You're right.
Did you see
You
all,
met Bow
all
Wow,
about the
you met-
Benjamins? Was that little kid there when Ice Cube went to go slap him and kick him like a little, you know?
Sure, but
Yada,
his
yada.
claim to fame was his music, right?
That's what helped him have the opportunities. Right?
The thing is, though, you know, it's always, you know, easy to look back and say coulda, woulda, shoulda, but people forget that they are where they are because of what they've done, right? Like Bow Wow isn't where he is because solely his acting career. We don't know Bow Wow because of his acting career. We know Bow Wow because he was little Bow Wow that you just don't know.
And you know what's crazy? Even some kids out there got introduced to Bow Wow via 106 in Park. So, well, how did he get there? Is because of Let Me Hold You.
You're trying to block that man's track, eh? He was about to give you his version and then you just did it. That's what you do in a battle, eh?
Well, so I claim the fifth. I will not answer this.
You ain't got nothing to say? What up, though?
What is there to say? Bow Wow, get over it, man. You're famous. You got millions. You're good. And that's straight facts.
I think it was about The Weeknd not having the #1 album.
Oh, Gunna.
Oh, Pusha P?
Pushing P's.
Okay.
Shut up, Pascal.
At the end of the day, yo, honestly, the weekend is good for those, you know, those boys up north. Yeah, I mean, those, the Canadians, you know.
What happened to The Weeknd? Like 5 years ago, he was like, like a few years ago, was at the Super Bowl.
Regardless. You rather hear R&B when you're down and bumping in your whip, or you want to hear some hip hop?
But the average consumer is not necessarily like me.
That's what it comes down to. It might be for the ladies. I'm not saying it's not.
The ladies are big consumers.
That's a fact. But at the end of the day, you as a consumer, whoever you are, I'm not gonna specify because we have to be unified. You feel me? Unified. So at the end of the day, are you listening to The Weeknd or are you listening to Gunna when you're bumping down the street?
I think The Weeknd still got his core fans,
Well,
but I think
what do you think? Hey, what do you think this guy listens to? The Weeknd or Gunna?
him,
I think
Him?
I already know.
this guy,
Yeah.
wasn't it him playing R&B the other day at basketball?
I think it's Gunna. Okay,
This
so
guy is all R&B. That's what he listens to. Am I correct here?
okay, so obviously
He's from Ontario, right?
Okay, so
You like The Weeknd, right?
So he's a Gunna guy. So you obviously.
No, he's a Gunna guy. We felt the sarcasm.
What are you gonna have? What do you listen to?
I'm more of a Gunna guy. You know what I mean?
Okay, so two for
Gunna
Gunna.
has been climbing steadily over the years,
For Gunna.
quietly.
Do you
And
believe
he's
that
showing-
answer though? He was like all in the fence, so he's about to say The Weeknd.
No, I'm just.
Even his
The Weeknd's
t-shirt,
got a great
even his
beat.
t-shirt says The Weeknd too.
What do you
The
think?
Weeknd,
Like,
dude.
yeah, exactly.
Listen, shout out to Space Jam in the building. But nonetheless, The Weeknd's got some bangers. I might not make it. He's got a lot of songs, you know, with 88 Glenn that I love. But nonetheless, Gunna's been putting in work in his marketing. Think about Pushin' P. Everybody's talking about Pushin' P. IHOP. Remember that company? Even did a commercial with the Pushin' P slogan. Yes, sir. If you didn't know, now you know.
They know what?
Pushin' P was brilliant.
Ah,
And it's a good song. But the marketing was brilliant. And The Weeknd, he's got his fans, but I mean, what can I say?
He's falling off or what?
It didn't work this time.
Not this time.
What do you think I'd listen to? You think I?
You?
think I'm
None of them, because this generation is shit.
No, you know. Like,
He's the red foreman, eh?
I got it.
Ready? Red Foreman for
Black foreman,
I'm
eh?
telling you.
Yeah, I mean, this guy knows.
Defend yourself, nigga. Defend yourself. Which one? If you had to pick your poison, which one?
What do you think? What do you think?
I think you're more of a Gunna guy. You like a bit more rougher rap.
Nah, like, you got it. for me, you know, I'm a big R&B guy.
That's
you know
a
what I mean?
fact.
Yeah.
Big R&B guy. Yeah. So for me, like, I was kind of disappointed the Weeknd wasn't number one because A, he's Canadian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
B, he's African. You know what I mean? So obviously, like 1 and 2.
Eritrean? Is he from Eritrea?
Yeah, he's from the Northeast. You know what I mean? I don't know
Northeast.
specifically exactly, but all I know is he's repping. You know what I mean? So I'd love to see my people win.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think just based off that, and I've been a huge Weeknd fan since like House of Balloons when that first dropped way back when. You know what I mean? So.
But how can you explain the drop in numbers for the sales? Wasn't that your boy at the Super Bowl? Which I don't understand. Like, Gunna's good. A lot of people rock with him, but a lot of people would say that The Weeknd is the biggest superstar. So, was the project of Gunna that good, or is The Weeknd falling off? Give us your thoughts, man. Cause
I just think The Weeknd's back on his kind of really like I don't know like The Weeknd really when he makes music.
Yeah, the way you defend him sounds like he was a lawyer, man. Like,
how much you
know,
paying that?
like,
How much that nigga
on,
paying you?
All I'm saying is like I feel like
he just had to take the L, man. It was
Yeah,
Future and Young Thug.
That's
What are you
it.
gonna do?
No,
You know,
that's
when
it.
Drake came out with his
Yo,
album,
listen,
he put
all I'm
all those
saying is-
people on, and then that sell. You
Yeah.
just gotta put an all-star team
Nah,
and hit.
man.
That's it. Scare the people.
Listen,
That's
all
what
I'm
he
saying
did. He's
is-
like, yo, Future.
He
Young
asked
Thug,
you about the Drake
come
collab. Talk about it.
all I'm saying is you know The Weeknd, his music comes from you know his life and how he feels. You know what I mean? So the thing is, right now, and you know, I always say I'm a big person. I always say like people in your life, you go through different seasons, right? So I feel like where The Weeknd was, maybe not so much the drugs per se, like of 2012. You know what I mean? Because obviously his whole persona is like totally cleaned up and everything, but I think more on just him like kind of making music of more of a place of kind of that emotion. You know what I mean? I feel like you feel it more in his music he has now, just like it was back then. So I feel like because of that, that only speaks to a certain percentage of people, right? Like you really gotta kind of A, understand it, and B, you gotta feel it, but not a lot of people can. So, and I think that's one thing I really like about The Weeknd is he's really kind of going back to, for me, kind of what originally got me to liking The Weeknd, you know? So.
Oh, man, he's
That's
still-
good, but it's not translating into sales.
Hold on, this
Which
guy
one
is such a
understand the numbers?
politician.
He is a
This
very
man
good
said
politician.
Nothing about
He is a
like,
very
yo,
good politician.
I was gonna recover from that L because that's the question. Straight up, you got bodied 2 rounds because it went back to back. It wasn't just
Facts.
1 week.
Facts.
It was 2 weeks.
Facts.
They didn't tell him it was a fluke. It wasn't just good just a week ago.
But don't forget, The Weeknd did no promo, no nothing. The Weeknd is basically just
You
like,
ain't
hold on.
Jay-Z, nigga.
The Weeknd
You
was
ain't
basically-
Jay-Z.
Hold
How
on,
long has the weekend been in the game?
hold on. I just want to
You
tell you.
snooze,
Answer the question,
you
BB.
lose. Yeah,
BB,
that's what it
answer
is.
the question,
I
BB.
just
Answer the
want to tell
question.
you, The Weeknd decided to just be like, yo, my album's out. And I love that. You know what I mean? Like
That's very good, but the
a
numbers
lot-
paid the price.
That takes a lot of balls. You know
What
I
is
mean?
he
Like,
saying, Zo? Can you help me?
I don't know, man. He sounds like he's his lawyer, man. That's all I have from him. I don't know why, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I
What's
remember
going on
from
over
this
here?
man, yeah.
And that's straight facts.
Big facts.